Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, February 17th, 2010, and I am so tired. Our first story today comes out of Fiji. A lot of you may remember the non-native iguanas that they found on Fiji. Here we are, what is it? It's only been maybe a couple weeks since that happened, and plans are already underway to eradicate the lizard from the island. This is pretty eye-opening, considering we're facing a similar problem here in the United States. It's amazing how serious the government of Fiji took this and wasted absolutely no time in putting these plans into place to protect their native wildlife. The story did not go into detail on how exactly they plan on eradicating them, but just said that plans are underway, pretty much. Next, just a little thing out of Florida about this large constrictor ban. Something that I hadn't noticed yet is a couple of news agencies are reporting that this ban includes a ban on ownership. This is the first time I've heard this one. I heard all along about the ban on importation and interstate sales, which leads me to believe that they are banning, well, the importation and interstate sales, which means you can still buy them from a breeder within your own state as long as the importers aren't importing them and they're not being sold over state lines anymore. I believe this will need a little bit of research. If any of you know more than me, then by all means speak up, but that adds a little bit more seriousness to the whole thing if they are attempting to ban the total ownership as well. Sources say that this ban will not affect people that own the snakes prior to the law going into effect, but will make it illegal to purchase and own any of the snakes on the list of injurious species in the future. Next, again out of Florida, out of Lee County, Fort Myers, where a python was apparently stolen from a petting zoo. The Lee County Sheriff's Office reports that it appears that the lock on the back of the cage was broken and some perpetrator made off with the $1,400 snake. I don't think we have too much to worry about because this snake will end up free in the Everglades like most of the other ones. So unfortunately, the people will not get caught because it's more important to ban the wild animals than to go after the person stealing them. So there you have it. Next, we have one for you people in Utah. You ought to be kind of happy about this. Apparently, out of Salt Lake City, Utah is considering lifting a rule making it illegal to keep rattlesnakes as pets. They feel that people are already keeping many of them illegally, so rather than make it illegal, maybe possibly impose regulations to ensure that they're being kept properly and safely, requiring first aid kits and sturdier enclosures. With all the news floating around about the snake ban, it's kind of nice to see that Utah has their head out of their butt for a few minutes and they're considering lifting a ban. So we'll have to keep a close eye on this one. Next, out of New Zealand, with the attempted smuggling of jeweled geckos from the country. Apparently the two people, I'm not sure where the one was from, but one of them was an American stockbroker. You see, American stockbrokers, you screwed up our country, now you're screwing up New Zealand. Come on. Apparently the two have been released on bail, and the lizards are being given more immediate attention. It's apparently more important to New Zealand. They say that after a previous smuggling attempt last year, many of the pregnant females lost their offspring. It was an entire generation that will never be in the wild. They claim that even if you have 15 pregnant females, only 2 or 3 of those babies are going to survive. But because of things like this happening, they it's 100% mortality rate apparently once they're removed from the wild and a smuggling attempt has occurred. I personally wouldn't mind if they just locked them up in New Zealand for the rest of their lives, or don't send them back here, please. They're probably just going to smuggle pythons into Florida or something, please. Well, that is about it for today. As you've noticed, I was a no call, no show the last couple days. Long story, no need to get into it, whatever. There were probably nearly 50 news stories, but most of them really didn't matter. It was just kind of the same old crap that we've been hearing over and over and over again, and didn't really feel any need to repeat it. So anyway, if you'd like to read any more about any of these stories, the links are in the sidebar. Don't forget to comment, leave a video response, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Oh, and rate it 5 stars. Please, 5 stars. It saves the animals, it really does. And with any luck, tomorrow we'll have another dose of reptile news. Be good to each other.